There are many ways to get potential subscribers to become subscribers within Facebook Messenger. We're going to talk about one of those ways, ManyChat JSON growth tool, today.
We'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands.
All right, let's get started here. We're in the ManyChat dashboard, and we're going to be talking about ManyChat JSON growth tool, which uses the Facebook ads JSON to get the potential subscriber from Facebook into Messenger. So let's get started. We'll get into the growth tools. New growth tool up on the right-hand corner, click on that button. And we're going to go down to other growth tools, Facebook ads JSON. You do need the pro version of ManyChat in order to use this. It's $10 a month, up to 500 subscribers, so not too expensive. But you need the pro version to use this. We'll click on this, and it will open up a new growth tool and name it Test JSON so it doesn't get mixed up with my other ones. And one of the things you notice here is we have an opt-in message, and then there's a next step is the setup. The opt-in message is the initial message that the user would get coming in to Messenger from Facebook. Now, being in the JSON, the growth tool is a little different than some of the other growth tools, where some of the other growth tools you need to press a Get Started button to get into Messenger. Here, you're sent directly into Messenger, so you need the potential subscriber to interact with your bot or within Messenger to become a subscriber. So we're going to edit this first message, the opt-in message. And like I said, the opt-in message is the message that they're going to get when they first come in. And we're going to do a couple of changes here. I'm going to change this. All right. So we got welcome. Thank you for being interested in the product. I'm actually going to put service here. Service. And then we're going to ask an intriguing question so that they respond by pushing the button. So I'm going to ask, would you like to get new clients on autopilot? And it's going to say, sure, I do. So we have the message. One of the things in this opt-in message, you cannot use the substitute to get the first name or any other substitute fields, because they haven't become a subscriber yet. Though what we can do, and one of the things that I usually do with this, is match up the image that we use in the ad so that there's some similarity from coming from the ad in Facebook into Messenger. So they feel like, yeah, I've seen that before, and they feel comfortable with what they're seeing and they'll interact. So I'd always put in an image to begin with, and a lot of times it's an image. Now, if you have a video in the Facebook ad, you can take a little snapshot of one of the frames and use that, and that way it'd still have some similarity between the two. So we have that done. Now, once they push this button, let me scroll up here a little bit. There we go. Push this button, you can send a bunch of different things. I'm going to delete this message, and you can actually send a message like they had connected before. Open up a website, call a number, perform an action, or go to flow. I use go to a flow very often because I build out what I want them to do once they get into Messenger in another flow within the menu over here on ManyChat, the flows. I'll send them to something else that has a longer process and get them involved in whatever I'm trying to get them to do, and ask them some more questions, those types of things. So what we want to do is I'm just going to send it to the message that they had there. Done. I'm just going to delete this and delete that message I just created and hook this back up the way it was. So we're going to go into the message. Once they click the sure I do, they're going to get this message. And here you can actually put in the first name and say, great, Jeff. We will give you a call. Now what you could do is put in a user input field and ask them for their phone number, and then it'd have the phone number. We're not going to do that right now. I'm just going to do this quick. And so basically build out your message and what you want them to do. So we're going to publish that. Now we're going to go over to the ads manager and we're going to create a new campaign. I'm going to use the step-by-step so we can kind of step through this. We're going to pick traffic and we're going to make that test JSON. All right. So I'm only going to change a couple things. A lot of the things I'm just going to leave as default. Obviously, you want to make sure that you're targeting the right audience and placing the ad in the right placements and those things. Kind of go through some of that. First thing that we do want to change is traffic. Where are you driving the traffic? We're not driving to a website, not to an app. We're driving them to Messenger. So we want to change that. The audience, like I said, set it up to your ideal client, who you want to target these with. I'm just going to leave it as generic right now. Placement, where do you want to place the ads? You can get them in Instagram and Facebook, Audience Network, Messenger, those types of things. So you could edit that. And your budget, whatever your budget is, you can put it in here. A lot of times I just run $5 a day to get it going. But obviously, if the client has more money, you might want to test more out and maybe put a little more money into it. You leave it as link clicks because that's what you want. And then I just leave the rest of it. And we move on from the ad set. We move into the ad itself. Make sure that you're connected to the page that you want it with. Leave the Instagram associated with the page unless you have another one you want to select. Now, format, you can use a carousel, a single image, single video, or a slideshow. We're going to just use a single image today. I'm going to upload the same image that I have over in ManyChat. So there's some connection between the ad and the Messenger process. And so we have that. And I'm just going to say, hey, looking for new clients, click below to find out how. So obviously that's not the great copy to get them to click. Obviously you want to have something intriguing to get them to click to go into Messenger. Now, I do want to bring this up as I'm leaving Connect in Messenger. You definitely want to tell them that you are sending them to Messenger. That is part of the rules that we should be following when we're bringing them from Facebook, an ad into Messenger. Tell them that you are sending them there. And the pixel's on, let's see, Messenger setup. Now, this is another place we do have to kind of take a look at. The standard is you can actually build a response like an opt-in, though, because Facebook can substitute your name in right away. Whereas when you're using a third-party product like ManyChat, they're not a subscriber yet. They're not part of Facebook. You know, that's not part of Facebook, so you can't use it until they subscribe to your process. So, you know, being Facebook, they can do that. They can personalize it a little more. What we want to do is we want to do the JSON. And so what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this code that's already in here. And we're going to get rid of that, and rid of that, and rid of that. So we got all rid of that. And then we're going to go back to ManyChat. And we're published and everything. So we're going to go back and we're going to go to the next step. And the next step is to actually take the JSON code and put it into your ads manager, the ad in the ads manager. So I'm going to copy that to the clipboard. And I'm going to go in here and I'm going to paste it right in here. So now we have that. So we're all set there. And let me see, I'm going to get my phone going to set up. And what you can do, there's a couple things is, now we could test this to make sure that it's working correctly. If we just click on this and preview in Messenger, as long as it comes up and says successful, we'd be good. And so now we can kind of look at my phone here. And I'm just going to bring it up on my phone. And there it is. Now we could test it out. We can say, sure, I do. And there's the next message. So it looks like we're all set as far as it's working there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to test the ad itself. So if we click on this and we go to send notification to Facebook, and that way you're going to get a notification that it's been sent. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up Facebook, and I'm going to go get the message that my ad is ready. And then we're going to do the preview, and there's my ad. Looks good. And so if I click on the send message, it goes directly in. There's the picture just like that was on the ad, so they know they're in the right place. And then you can click on sure I do. Now they become a subscriber, and now you can do the normal things of interacting with them, asking them more questions, and take them down the process that you want them to. So test those out, and it looks all good. You're going to want to go down to the bottom and click the green button, confirm, so that you'll get Facebook to approve your ad, and then it'll be off the races, and you'll be gaining subscribers in. So I'm going to go back over here. And so if you have any questions about any of that information, I'd be happy to answer them. Well, that concludes our video for today on the ManyChat JSON growth tool. I hope you enjoyed it. It's one of many ways you can bring potential subscribers into your chatbot and get them to subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please post them down below. I'd be happy to answer them. And as always, like the video, share it across the world, and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. Down in the description, I do have a couple of links. One is to a checklist for this video, make sure that you don't miss any steps. And two is another link for a Facebook group, all like-minded people sharing good ideas. Come on and join us. As always, have a great week, and I'll see you next week in the next video.